Hey, how are you?
I am fine, sir, and thank you so much. And congrats on Desperate Writers, an entertaining Western shoot 'em up. And it's also heartfelt, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we try to cover all aspects of it. We don't
Oh,
want to show the Westerns are heartless, you know. We want to get a little bit of joy and love in there.
you're so welcome. So, first things first, though, describe Desperate Writers in your own words.
Uh, Man, if I'm being honest, to me, Desperate Riders is a great Unforgiven. You know, it's not a Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is one of my favorites by heart, and I channel him every chance I get in a Western because I just think he did the best in my opinion. And I've nothing against the Duke and all the rest of them, but he's just my guy. But I just think Kansas Red and Clint's characters, the way he plays them, I think there's a lot of similarities within them. And the lost soul trying to come back from it, stay clean out of the hard and hardship of the darkness, but you're always getting pulled back in. And the difference between this and a Desperate Riders is that at the end of it, there is a love story and there is the romance and there's a happy ending to a point. So
right. So you love the Western genre. Is that the reason why you got interested in joining the cast?
Yeah, I search out Westerns when I can. It's I don't think there's any secret that I've been dying to get on Yellowstone. I've read for that show, and the character just didn't fit just yet. But 1883 Yellowstone, I think Taylor's doing an incredible job bringing back the genre in the Western world and revamping it for us that love it. I grew up riding horses, and I've been a Texas boy my whole life, and I broke horses, I rodeoed, and I just missed it. I miss it so much. And so to have this opportunity, we're working with professional gun shooters, competition riders, wranglers. I mean, the whole nine yards. And so it feels like back in the days where I was at a ranch, I was working. And I'm just now a character set in 1800s, but being on the back of a horse is where I belong.
I do. You know what? I noticed that too. The horses in the movie is like amazing. The one that you're riding, the reddish kind of horse. I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful horse.
Yeah, the Wranglers that we got out of Tennessee and stuff. Their horses are all competition horses. They compete on every one of them, and most of them it's the gun shooting competition. And so those horses are already used to having things around them, moving fast, being responsive, because they have to turn and rotate and pivot quickly. So you don't have to ride them hard. It's basically you just hold on and you just put pressure, just lean the way that you need to go and stuff. And those horses will take you anywhere. They were great.
Oh, now talk to us about your character. You're right, though. I mean, Kansas Red is like he's a broken down hero, right? I mean, hero nonetheless. Talk to us about him.
I don't think he ever wanted to be a hero. I think he just wanted to live life, but life wouldn't leave him alone. And so he always found himself being pushed against the wall, and he has too big of a heart not to do the right thing. And so in this movie, it opens up where a young boy is being drawn out on because he's accused of cheating. Did he do it? Probably so, but that's not the point. Kansas sees this young boy outdrawn. He knows he's going to lose his life, and maybe he reflects that of his own personal life a little bit, and he couldn't let that happen, knowing that there's going to be a gunfight if he stepped in and opened his mouth, because there usually is. But he just couldn't let it happen. So the whole movie kicks off that way, and it just takes you on this roller coaster journey.
For our hero, for us to feel our hero, you must have a great villain as well, right? And Trace Adkins is a revelation here. He's ruthless as Thorn. Talk to us about working with him.
He's an amazing actor, singer, songwriter in his own right and stuff, but he's just has a great heart. He's such a simple country guy. He lives and talks and breathes the way you hear him and the way you see him. And I just respect him so much for that, because he takes life seriously when it needs to be taken seriously, but he doesn't take life seriously when it doesn't. He has a humor bone within him. Him and his wife, Victoria, he got to work with his wife. They got to work together, as well as my wife does a cameo in it. And so I worked with Victoria on some previous stuff before I got a chance to work with Trace. But getting to know him, spending that time with him, you know, the friendship was easy to create off camera, and then the interaction, the trust between each other, because you know there's a lot of gun handling, there's a lot of fighting and stuff going on. It was such a, I think it was equally appreciated on both sides, and man, do it again in a heartbeat.
You know, the theme that speaks to me the most here is the importance of family or your chosen family, right? Is that what you got here too?
Yeah, because I mean, Red's, he didn't grow up with a family very, you know, like his father was probably not around or died young age, and he was probably bounced around a little bit. And so he just grew up hard knocks, and he grew up knowing and trying to be the best person he possibly could, falling into hardship. And then he probably never thought he'd ever have a family again. So he just kind of took it out of the equation of his life. That's why he lived it so recklessly sometimes. That's why wasn't afraid to die.
Yeah.
But when, you know, when Leslie, you know, Vanessa's character steps in, that kind of changes a little bit, because the heart wants what the heart wants, what the heart wants. You know?
That's true. So, Desperate Riders arrives in theaters and on demand on February 25th. What do you hope for viewers to get after watching the film, Mr. Drew?
I hope they see not what I hope they see is just a love story, a good quality love story of a character that fell from grace, that is fighting his way back. You see the good, bad, and ugly in life every single day. There's nothing different really in this Western about that. But I think it's just the honesty within the character, the honesty within the characters, that and how they are portrayed and stuff, not the hardship or the hardness of them, but the being able to come out of a dark place and be loved again. I mean, that's the true meaning of it. It's like being able to overcome life's struggles, no matter what they are, and just having love for yourself again.
Oh, well said. And congrats on Desperate Riders again, Mr. Drew. There's nothing desperate about the movie at all.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't think so.
You're so welcome, and good luck on everything, okay?
Thank
And
you.
good luck on doing more Westerns.
Yeah, we're excited. We got a few things in the pipe, so we're gonna hopefully get them kicked off.